All right, guys, the season's over, but the Fintastic4 is here because I got to say it. Now I know what it feels like to be a Cleveland Browns fan.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous, ridiculous. The Dolphins finally got a new coach, Jeff Hafley, and I gotta compliment the Dolphins. They found a coach that had a losing record as a head coach in college, then went to the Packers and took the number 4 defense and built it into the number 12 defense in the NFL. That's the new head coach of our beloved Miami Dolphins. Of course, we're going to give him a chance, but guys, do something. Make me feel somewhat.
Well, his name is Jeff, so that's one
That's
thing.
strike two.
Right. I don't know. We're Green Bay South now, I guess. Right. And geez, we wanted somebody that was head coach previously in the NFL, and there were guys out there. Mm-hmm. I would have rather got Tomlinson from the Steelers. He's won Super Bowl, at least one Super Bowl, hasn't he? And mm-hmm. They were in the playoffs every year. Why couldn't we got him?
I guess taking a year off.
Yes. Well, that's just
he has to take a year off.
Mm-hmm. No. He wouldn't be taking the year off if the Steelers didn't own his rights for another year.
But he shouldn't have retired. He should have quit. I mean, he should have let them fire him. I think that was an agreement between them. It ended up being, bad for him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something if they fire him, he doesn't get as much money or something.
That's
this way, he takes a year off and he gets all kinds of money.
Yeah, he can go on TV. He can make plenty of money.
And he can literally just sit back and see what are his best options. And I'm going to say it. I'm sure there are a lot of people, a lot of good coaches out there. When they see that phone call from Stephen Ross, they're going, let it go to voicemail.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
we're not appealing. We have no money to spend. We got bloated contracts. Mm-hmm. There's too many holes that need to get filled.
Yeah.
I think of the coaches that had no experience, this is probably the best case scenario, since the general manager and the head coach will basically be on the same page because they're coming from the same organization, as well as 5 other coaches.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And maybe a quarterback.
Hey, and we just lost our new quarterback coach, Daniel Hackett. He went to Arizona now to take the OC job. That was fast.
Well, good risk because he did just such a great job coaching Tua.
He wasn't. We just hired him. Here a week.
Oh man, I look at what is going on with my camera now.
Yeah. Hey, so now it's kind of coming out that last year, not 2025 but 2024, there was a whole time that Tua couldn't even practice because his arm was like mush. And it was towards the end of the season. And then this year, same kind of thing. His arm turned to jello at the end. That's why he couldn't make any passes, right? Or he was throwing interceptions. So what's up with that? I mean, it was like his hip, right? Concussions. But now, like, how does your arm?
I know how that is when we're at the tailgate and we're throwing the football. By the time the end of the day comes, I can't move my arm at all. It's just like dead.
But you're not a professional.
That's only throwing like 3 passes, and my arm just falls off.
I like the fact that you compared yourself to Tua Tagovailoa, but he is a professional.
I mean, I can throw really precise 15-yard passes.
I think what Jeff is saying is they have the same workout regimen.
Exactly. I mean, I can't practice, right? But then at the end of the season, my arm turns to jello, right? So, I mean,
hey, I sit down to pee just like Tua. So there's no excuses.
Oh,
Oh, and he's still on the team.
Well, you look, at least next year, I think the bright side is at least next year, and right now they're looking to upgrade the defense, right? And so if you look at what they did, they promoted one of the guys there, as the offensive coordinator. So it looks like they don't want to change much, and keep the offense the way it is, right? But their focus is going to be on defense, and if we can stand up a defense, and we're in the bot. What's that? Five worst defenses in the league, right? And so any kind of improvement's going to be better. And if he gets us to 12, right? I wouldn't mind going from 28, 27 to 12, right? I'll take that in a heartbeat. And he likes to have four down linemen. He likes to disguise a single, safety, right? And throw a lot of pressure at the quarterback. Tenacity and grit is what he likes. That doesn't mean I don't know. Does that mean we're going to be soft next year? I think we're going to move away from being considered soft, and moving more towards the middle of the pack when it comes to defense. The upgrades are going to come on defense, and that's going to come immediately. What happens on offense? They're probably just going to keep it the same, right? They might get linemen. They talk about getting linemen. They talk about building from the line back. So I have to assume they're going to get some offensive linemen and shore up the defense.
Defensively, though, Weaver, I don't think Weaver was terrible. It just took them way too long to get the defense going.
That's right.
Last season, it took half the year. We're just struggling trying to figure it out. But in the end, those last six or seven games, they actually played pretty well with the talent you had out there. The secondary wasn't the greatest. It was a collection of guys that were all right, but there was no superstar out there.
And it wasn't too long ago, but since the coach was the defensive coordinator for Ohio State, right? And he took that from like 72nd to number 1 in the nation as far as defense. If he has talent, he can do it. So I'm hoping that the GM is going to, set him up with a little bit of talent on the defense, maybe some shutdown corners. Whatever he gets, we need. And hopefully a defensive-minded coach is going to help us kind of, stop the embarrassment.
Well, I mean, we were actually hitting pretty hard last year. These guys were, Brooks was out there, Dodson.
Yeah.
They were hitting hard.
Yeah.
But Weaver's not – I don't think he's coming back.
Mm-mm.
Well, if you remember the beginning of the last season, I compared the defense to a screen door on a submarine.
Yeah. Weaver's now Weaver's now the defensive coordinator for he went back, the Ravens.
Yeah. So now we got somebody else.
The Dolphins defense wasn't that bad. They suffered a lot because the offense sucked so bad that they were put in positions where, if you're out there, if you're 3 and out, or the quarterback's giving them an interception, giving them great field position, I don't care. This is the NFL. This is the NFL in 2025. Shutouts are rare. Okay. Those lockdown defenses don't happen very often in the NFL anymore.
Mm-mm.
And I don't think the defense was that bad. I think the defense was mediocre, a little bit better than average, maybe. They weren't Super Bowl caliber by no means. I'm looking at next year, where we all know the problem with the cap with Tua and with Tyreek Hill.
Cut them both.
And even if you cut them, it's still going to hit the cap. It's still going to hurt the Dolphins.
Don't cut them. You can't cut them.
There's a bad team out there that'll take him. If we wrap it around the right deal. I'm telling you, if we take half of his salary or just a little bit more, right, and throw a 3rd round pick in there or something like that, de-risk it, somebody is going to take him.
I can't see, especially Tyreek Hill. I can't see anybody taking a chance. I mean, sure, if Miami says, Miami here, Miami, I'll give you Tyreek Hill and I'll pay most of his salary and I'll throw in a couple of draft picks too. Who's going to take Tyreek Hill with that badass knee and that attitude?
Yeah, and it was a couple of days. It was a few days ago. He was like announcing that he was I'm coming back, right? I'm gonna make another run there. And it was like, yeah, well, yeah, duh. You got that big ass contract. Ain't nobody gonna nobody's gonna take you, man, dude. Of course you're coming back. You know, I mean, you want that paycheck. Got a lot of baby mamas.
But we need that money. I'd love to see him do it out there.
And
yeah.
How many seasons Tyreek Hill's been playing? Isn't this like his 9th year?
Yeah. Sounds about right.
He even if he comes back 100% from that knee injury, he's still not the Tyreek Hill from 4 or 5 years ago.
No.
And with that contract and with that attitude and all the problems he's caused,
that contract should reflect his current status.
And, you know, what team's going to take him? I mean,
this season's going to be a rebuild, tank year. We're going to lose. We're going to try to stockpile draft picks for next year. I think we'll see that in this draft. Also, there'll be a lot of trading of players moving down and trying to stockpile draft picks. Maybe not for this draft, but for the following draft. I think that's, we're in another tank year where we're going to have to tank and lose, which I didn't want to happen. But we've got Tyreek and we've got Tua, both of them damaged goods, both of them with injuries that no other and high contracts that no other team's going to want to touch. So we're going to be stuck with them this season, and I think they'll give Tua a chance to compete for a starting job, but that he won't win. And we'll see if Tyreek's knee is good enough to keep playing, because I'm for keeping Tyreek Hill if he comes back 100% like Tony says, and because Tyreek is very emotional, and he reacts and he says stupid stuff right in the moment, and then he comes back a week later after he talks with his agent Drew Rosenhaus, and Drew says, "Look, they're paying you $100 million. Shut up and be a team player," and then he's all world again, So we're gonna have both of these guys on the team this season. No. I don't think any further past that. Like, there's no team going to take them, either one of them, is with those contracts and those injuries. So they're here and they're going to be here for this season anyway.
Tyreek will be going into even if his knee is 100%, he'll be going into his 10th season. A 10-year wide receiver. He's a slot receiver now.
Even if he's only 90%, 90% of Tyreek Hill is better than 90% of the receivers in the league. He's still faster than everybody else. He's faster than anybody on defense. And, he's still – and if you give him a strong arm quarterback, because that's what the problem was with Tua, was that he could outrun Tua.
He's sitting on we got one. We got one from Texas, right?
Yeah.
We got Quinn Ewers that we got to moneyball this thing. We're not going to be able to go. We're not going to be able to go get a bunch of guys.
Quinn Ewers is not the solution to this team, guys.
Yeah, but we need a guy that's going to make us some touchdowns. We need some guys that can run out there. We need some guys. We need folks that are going to fill in the slots, that are going to make the plays. Again, we have to moneyball this thing. There's no way we're going to go in and go get a top receiver, a top running back, a top quarterback, a top, it's just not, it's not going to happen. We need to find some diamonds in the rough that by game 5, 6, or 7, they start gelling and they start doing something. Other than that, it's just going to be a defensive show and hope that the defense shows up. But we'll see. I think we got a quarterback. If we give him a whole off season and training camp, why not?
We're over the salary cap already.
Yeah.
If we cut Tyreek, that's like $35 million we get back. Who else can you cut and get that chunk of change?
Yeah.
They just raised the salary cap, so we're not actually under the salary cap. That just gave us a little bit of relief. And in order to get rid of Tua, he's going to have to come back healthy. He's going to have to come back and play games for us before any team will touch him. If he comes back and he starts playing well, and he shows he's still got a speed, then there's a chance we can trade him. But unless he does that, we're stuck with him, and we're stuck with the contract.
If it's a tank year, why not just take the $99 million hit this year in the tank year?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Instead of then letting him go out and play this year, sucking again, you're going to have to take a $40 million hit next year and then the following year, and then you mess up the future.
And he's damaged goods because you go out there, you're taking that risk. He's going to a high probability he's going to mess up that knee again.
And he's only and Tua's only good for half the season anyway.
How many times are we going to roll the dice on him? That's it.
Hurt or not.
We've done it enough. We crapped out.
Tyreek's a problem. Tua is a real problem.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a real problem. Okay. You can lose Tyreek and you can bring some other wide receivers in, slot back some other people in. It can do maybe 80-90% of what Tyreek does. But the Dolphins have no quarterback right now. Okay.
Quinn is our quarterback.
Quinn Ewers, okay, but
let him go.
Quinn Ewers is a great backup. He's a good, not even a great backup.
We're going to rally around him.
Tank year.
We're going to rally around him. We're going to do great.
It's a tank year, apparently, so let him go.
But I feel like that if we're going to take the salary cap hit, the $99 million and all that, you might as well just keep him on the team because stranger things have happened. Tyreek can come back 100% and all of a sudden, lead the league in touchdowns and things. You don't know that. We don't know that for sure. But if you're just gonna cut these guys and take this. Then you're going to have dead cap space that you can't do anything with. You can't bring in another player. So let's just keep them for the next year and give them a chance. No. That's all we can do.
I think, look, Tua is only good for a half a season. The strategy should be you go into training camp. The kid wins out. He plays 6 games, 7 games, wins a few, right? And then you bring in Tua.
Take the $99 million hit and then go spend $2 million on a backup quarterback.
I get rid of Tyreek. I keep Tua, make him your backup. Go out there, see if there's anybody. Who knows? Maybe there's some diamond in the rough in the draft. Maybe some quarterbacks out there in the NFL who's free agent right now who will do a better job. Okay, bring him in there.
A professional.
Keep Tua. Keep him as a backup. With the salary cap, get rid of Tyreek. Tyreek, if I never see him in a Dolphin uniform,
that sounds like Moneyball to me, man. It's Moneyball.
Wash our hands of them. Wash our hands of both of them. Go out there and get Joe effing Flacco.
If the Broncos can do it, so can we.
The way I see it, no matter what the Dolphins do, next year is going to be painful.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
It's going to be bad. And if they don't play Tua, nobody's going to complain. Nobody's going to say, "Oh, we need Tua in there," okay? Because nobody likes Tua,
We're going to win, damn it.
Yeah.
And if we go 0-5 with Quinn, they'll be like Tua.
My best stat about Tua Tagovailoa is that this past season, the Jets were the first team in the NFL in 100 years to not make one interception. The entire season, their defense didn't make a single interception all year. The Jets defense, even though they played the Dolphins twice.
End of the day, we're always better than them. So at least there's that.
It's automatic.
In fact, I think the Jets are on the clock for next season's draft. Not this draft, but they're already on the clock for the first pick for next season.
And I look what the Jets are doing, and they're not going anywhere, man. That's the only good thing about the Dolphins.
I'm thinking they would take Tua.
You think they offer therapy with their season ticket packages?
They should. I'm needing therapy right about now myself.
We're getting close.
That's the thing. I mean, there are only 2 teams I think dumb enough to take Tua. That's the Jets, and that's the Raiders.
Probably Cleveland Browns.
And I feel sorry for Mendoza because when the Raiders draft him, No,
The
no,
guy.
no. That's it. He'll be out of the league in 3 years.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that he's a good quarterback.
I think he's a workman-like quarterback. I don't think he's the guy. He's not a Brady. He's not a
superstar.
Peyton Manning or nothing like that.
I mean, he can throw some good balls. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. That's what I said at the midpoint of the season when everybody's going, "We're going to draft a quarterback." I'm like, "There's no quarterback out there." Mendoza didn't really impress me a lot, and we could probably pick up what's his name from the Hurricanes, Beck.
I think Beck would be a better pro quarterback than Mendoza.
Know about Beck.
Well, what I like about Beck is he's very careful with the ball. He knows how to take care of the football.
Except for the last play of the game.
Come on, man. How can you even say that? Right?
I'm not talking about the last game. I'm talking about through the whole season. I'm talking about he was brought in to take care of the football.
I think we lost Jose there for a second.
The two losses that we had were like interception.
Yeah.
You had like 6 interceptions in 2 games over those 2 months.
Okay, we're all in agreement. The Dolphins are going to suck next year.
No.
Tyreek and Tua are a pain in the ass. Except
I think we're going to moneyball it, man. I think we're going to moneyball.
Wild card. 10-7 wild card.
We're gonna have some people that they're gonna be like, "Who is that guy? Who is that guy?" We're gonna
just because they raise a salary cap, they raise the salary cap for every team out there. So
that's true.
Now the teams can pay more for their players too, and
that just means the price for a quarterback is going to go up.
Yeah.
That's all we know. We know that the quarterback has to get a certain percentage. When the salary cap goes up, it goes from 15 million to 20 million to 25 million for a quarterback. I mean, it's all ridiculous.
And how many players are going right now? Most players look at Miami and they go, "Oh, the town's great, no income tax, but that team's a dumpster fire."
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go there?
Yeah. You get cut after dumpster fires.
When there are other teams that are dumpster fire too, like the Cleveland Browns. They signed Deshaun Watson because they threw stupid money at the guy and he couldn't say no. Okay, and Cleveland's paying for it. But
pay his legal fees.
Miami doesn't have stupid money available to give away anymore. There you go, Nick.
Oh my God!
That's why I say you keep Tua and you keep Tyreek and you let them play and you hope that they do well. And if they do well, then you have some trade capital. You say, look, Tyreek's still got a speed. He can still run down the field and catch the ball. Let's trade.
He just needs a new start.
Yeah, it just needs a new start. Same with Tua.
Yeah.
Tua goes out there and starts playing really well. Then you can offer to carry half his salary and trade him.
How many years have you been waiting for Tua to play well?
He played well. He had to
start now.
Yeah.
No.
He's not going to start all of a sudden.
Nobody's trading for those guys.
And if he starts playing well, why are you going to get rid of him to begin with? I mean,
well, you get rid of that money, that dead cap money.
Just lose it this year. That's it.
What the Dolphins also need is the luck of the New England Patriots.
Oh my God! Why we got to go there, man?
God, you talk about a team that's so undeserving going to the Super Bowl right now. But
they go into the AFC Championship, and their starting quarterback, the Broncos starting quarterback, goes down with a broken ankle.
And the last play of the game when they're doing a field, I mean,
what a gift! I mean, seriously, you talk about luck.
And then the Broncos,
they made the 1 year turnaround. The Patriots in 1 year. What were they? They were in last place in the division last season, and now they're in the Super Bowl. But their circumstance was a lot different than the Dolphins' circumstance.
They had a lot of salary cap space available.
Yeah. How about the Broncos?
No, wait, hold on. Wait. I want to continue with the Patriots first, right? They also brought back Josh McDaniel, the cheater, right? All of a sudden they were like dead last in the cellar where they belonged. And then Kraft is like, I'm tired of this shit. Bring in the cheater, right? Bring in Josh McDaniel. Now Josh McDaniel's is back in there, and all of a sudden they're in the Super Bowl. I don't know what happened there, right? But call it what it is, right?
Well, the great thing is Bill Belichick did not make it into the Hall of Fame on the first
On
vote.
the first ballot.
I'm sorry, that's a joke.
That it was a joke. It was
that's embarrassing.
You're right.
That's sports writers being douchebags.
Well, that was
100%.
The joke is that they let him cheat all those seasons. Every season that they won a Super Bowl was a cheating scandal that came along with it.
He didn't. He cheated just as much as any other quarterback.
Manipulated.
Yeah. Shula cheated. He's in the Hall of Fame. Okay.
But those guys should lose. They should be stripped of their voting privileges.
Inflation gate, deflation gate.
What a joke was that?
Cameras.
They didn't even prove it. I'm no fan of the Patriots, but I'm going to give them credit where credit's due. They were a dynasty. They were great. Okay.
They were good.
Yeah,
they're playing. It was Brady.
Very good.
It was Brady. If Belichick didn't have Brady, he wouldn't have a single Super Bowl win. It was all Tom Brady. Yeah. As soon as Tom Brady left, they went straight to the bottom.
All right, Tampa won one.
And if Shula didn't have Bob Greasy, he never would have gone undefeated.
You guys better be careful. You're going to be wearing Patriots jersey.
Remember, the Dolphins were losing in the playoff game at Pittsburgh, and they had to bring Greasy in from after he was injured, and they had to bring him in to save the day. Without Greasy, the season was over at that day. Okay.
Well, you gotta say it was more than Greasy. It was Zonka and Paul Warfield. When Zonka and Paul Warfield went to the Canadian Football League, that was it for the Dolphins. They've never won another Super Bowl. But more than Greasy, it was Zonka and Warfield.
When they fired Joe Thomas, that's when the Dolphins, because they never built a team. Every player on the
but see, the Dolphins were a perennial laughingstock with Joe Thomas as their GM, and when they brought Shula in, he took those same laughingstock players and took them undefeated.
Every player on the every starter on the 72 Dolphins and the 73 Dolphins, every one of them was drafted, picked, or claimed off waivers by Joe Thomas. But then Shula pressured Joe Robbie to fire Joe Thomas. And when Shula started running player personnel and started making the picks and signing players, the Dolphins never won another Super Bowl.
It was Joe Robbie who decided he wasn't going to pay. Joe Robbie was the one that decided he was going to take the greatest fullback in the history of football and not pay him after the guy carried him to 3 straight Super Bowls. So if you want to blame anybody, it's Joe Robbie.
The Dolphins were dead. They were all getting old and beat up and everything. That Dolphins was done.
We could blame Joe Robbie for a lot of things.
Anyway, how bad is Seattle going to beat New England? Quick, because we're almost out of time. I want to blow out. I really do. I want a 45-10 game or something like that.
Yeah, that would be great. Although I don't know, man.
I don't even like Seattle.
New England is lucky like that. Now they just got to go 1-0. They don't, and the quarterback doesn't even. I don't think he even understands the ramifications. So that's good.
Well, where's the Super Bowl? It's in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, in Santa Clara. The weather's going to be perfect. It's going to be like 60.
That's a home game for Seattle. That's a home game for Seattle.
Practically.
Yep.
It's going to. The weather's going to be beautiful. The Seattle defense is just going to totally dominate New England. I'm saying 45-10.
And isn't the quarterback hurt for New England? I'm trying to think of his name. Drake. Somebody.
Drake May.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
He's all right.
I think he's injured. I think he's got an ankle or something.
It's a scam likely.
Scam likely. I'm looking at my phone again.
But we really need New England to lose. We really need New England to lose.
Yeah.
I want them to be embarrassed.
New England will lose.
I'm going to say 24-17 Seattle.
Ooh, closer.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, what do you say?
I'm going to go, I think these are the right numbers, 31-12. I'm trying to hit the Super Bowl boxes too. I got the stupid 2.
So Seattle, I guess.
Yeah, Seattle's winning. Yeah.
I'm going to go Seattle. I'm going to go Seattle 12-5. I'm going to give them a baseball score there.
5. Somebody's getting a safety.
We're turning the game off.
Yeah, man.
5.
Get a parlay going, man.
And percentage of middle-aged white guys being outraged about Bad Bunny's singing.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh my God. Double te quiero. Double mono quiero. I love it.
Halftime.
I can't wait.
We can't have anybody singing Spanish during the Super Bowl. That's un-American. What about Shakira and J-Lo? Oh, that's different.
Boom, boom. When they're doing the boom, 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 it's okay, right? You know, they got the boom, 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 right? It's all right. When you got Bad Bunny.
Dale. Let's go.
When it was Gloria Estefan, it was okay. When it's Pitbull,
right.
it's okay. But Bad oh, God.
Bad Bunny actually from Puerto Rico, so they needed to get somebody that's from the United States. I just loved it because it's making all their heads explode.
Oh,
you know,
I love it.
Love that.
And who really watches the halftime show anyway? I mean,
I do.
do you really? It's been a while since. I mean, when J-Lo and Shakira was on there, I definitely watched them. If Bruno Mars is on, he puts on a show.
Yeah,
right.
I think
the Super Bowl halftime show isn't for me. It isn't for us.
Helicopter, so.
Yeah.
We had Dr. Dre
Dr. Dre
a couple years ago. Snoop Dogg.
I'm sorry. Prince was still the best Super Bowl halftime.
Oh, yeah,
Not even close. Okay. Nobody put on a show like Prince, except for maybe Super Bowl 5 with Upper People.
Yeah.
We had the Janet Jackson, incident.
Yeah.
No, if it wasn't for that, nobody would have remembered that show. If it was
like, a little slip.
It was that? Was it?
Slip.
What was that?
My favorite was when Diana Ross flew in on the helicopter into Joe Robbie Stadium. I was hoping that the helicopter would lose control and crash into the stands and stuff, just kill a whole bunch of people.
Really?
Are you a Dolphins fan? What is going on here?
We turned dark. Somebody turned the lights on.
They're gonna crash. They're gonna crash.
Oh boy. I like
that. I think we're gonna go to the Fantastic 4 next year.
You hear about cancel culture?
Oh my goodness.
All right, guys, we're about out of time. Subscribe. We're going to put the podcast because there's really nothing going on in football, at least till the draft, close to the draft. But follow us on Instagram and on Facebook and all the social media. We'll be, talking about other local South Florida sports. Jeff wants to talk about, I don't know, Canadian ice soccer and
the South Florida sports
keep you up to date with the Canes.
The Heat.
The Canes.
I'll throw
some baseball stuff because pitchers and catchers.
They're about to trade.
Reporting
want to trade everyone.
They're reporting.
And the World Baseball Classic's coming. I got to get my tickets. So have fun. Come on, subscribe, give us some comments, man. We don't do this for fun.
Ask some questions. Say something.
I want to get paid. When are we going to get paychecks? That's what I want to
know.
You're getting canceled.
I know. Mine cleared the other day.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeff. We've been sending you that stuff all the time.
Hey,
it's in the mail.
You guys are woke.
Jeff, your contract's up.
Yeah. You're going to get rid of me because there's all kinds of dead cap space there, man. There's dead money involved.
Hey, man, we've been sending you those American Express traveler checks every month.
Yeah. Your checks are in that dumpster
in the mail.
Behind Nick.
Oh, we put it all in Dogecoin.
Right here. My bad.
That's right.
It's all in Bitcoin and Doge right now. Holy shit. What's it down today?
Way down. Way down. That happened.
Whoa, boy, we're screwed. I'm glad I got out.
The mail-in voting.
Actually, now's the time to buy.
No, it's still going down. It ain't time to 5.6% today alone. Anyway,
it's going to be going down for another year at least.
Yeah. Follow us, throw us some love. Come on, that maybe one day we actually might make some money. Actually, somebody might pay us to do this. Nah, that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Maybe the Dolphins will pay for us.
Trying to get rid of us.
Hey, they throw money around, man.
Yeah, they do.
I'll just be happy to get some press credentials.
All right, shut it down. You're about to lose it.
Yep. Okay, guys. So we'll see you soon, but follow us. Don't forget us. Don't forget us. Don't forget us, God damn it.
We're